Now here's a bonus tip for you since you're nice enough to stay to the end of this video. You want to know a high protein, low fat breakfast option? Did you know that intermittent fasting could lead to muscle loss? Uh-oh. Now if you're trying to stay in shape or build muscle mass, you know getting breakfast right is pretty important. There's a reason it's called break fast, meaning breaking your fast. Now intermittent fasting has gotten extremely popular the past couple of years. There have been tons of studies on this. It's a controversial diet because there's studies showing it works and other studies showing it does not work. One study showed it helped with weight loss by turbocharging people's metabolism and capping how many calories they ate for a day. Another study showed it increases how much oxidative stress the human body can handle, thus helping to reduce inflammation, which is a good thing. However, listen, this diet isn't perfect. Some participants report getting headaches as their body adjusts to intermittent fasting. Another study showed it could result in digestive issues such as diarrhea or constipation. No bueno. Another key piece of research was on people who did this diet who also wanted to bulk up and get some muscle without getting fat. And the results weren't good. A JAMA Network, that's the journal from the American Medical Association, so it's pretty legit, looked at people doing intermittent fasting who were overweight and obese. The participants were told to eat as much food as they want between noon and 8 p.m. As much food as they wanted. Surprisingly, the weight didn't really change much for most people. But for the people who did lose weight, an unfortunate side effect was that they also lost lean mass, aka muscle mass, meaning they lost this stuff. The stuff they're trying to build. No bueno. This is pretty counterintuitive, right? People were allowed to eat as much food as they want between 12 and noon. Now, this could be because they were not given strict guidelines, for example, to get a certain amount of protein, a certain amount of carbs, a certain amount of fats, what have you. So who knows what exactly they consumed. Now, the Harvard Medical School looked at this study, did a deep dive into it, and what they concluded was the weakness of the intermittent fasting diet is that without proper nutritional guidance from somebody who knows what the hell they're doing to coach you on this, somebody like me, check the show notes for the link to my website if you want to hire me, is that you're bound to fail. They were pretty clear on this. Without knowing what to do, when to do it regarding exercising, and how to do the diet properly, you had a high likelihood to fail. Long story short, as we like to say in Jamaica, don't skip your breakfast. If you do, you better know what you do. Otherwise, you're going to lose them gains.
You say, I'm making all kinds of gains.
You don't want to be losing them gains. Now, if you're doing intermittent fasting and you're eating from noon to 8, that means you're skipping breakfast. That should be clear. So this study, when they go from noon to 8, that's a typical intermittent fasting schedule. You skip breakfast in intermittent fasting. That's a very common intermittent fasting schedule. So it was good enough to wait for that bonus tip. Now here's the bonus tip. Don't skip your breakfast. Now here's a great high protein, low fat breakfast option for you. Egg whites. Egg whites. Why? Them taste almost as good as scrambled eggs and them is high in protein and low in fat to help you build the muscle them. Because you are determined to transform your body, you made it to the end of this video. To get more tips about how to look great and feel even better, check out one of these videos you see on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. So later's my massive. Me a go long now. For those who don't speak Jamaican patois, that's goodbye my people.